Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space and a video hop. I am part of a video hop today for the Altenew April 2026 release. I'll have a link to the release in the description box below the video, as well as links to everything I used to make today's card. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps pay the bills, keeps the lights on, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, since this is part of a hop, I will have all that info in the description box below. There are giveaways. There will be links to all of the other stops on today's hop, so tons of inspiration worth checking out. I also, yes, as of this video going up, I'll have another video already on my channel using some other products from this release. I'll link to that in the end screen at the very end of this video, and then there will be more videos coming as always. And yeah, did some ink blending, kind of tone on tone. Pulled out my oldie but goodie favorite press plate while I was at it. Splatter, all the things. So that's it for all of the housekeeping and whatnot. Let's get into making the card. So I'm using this One Go Friendship Flowers bundle. There's a stamp set, a die set, and a stencil set. And the stencil set, I think, was in the Secret Garden Retreat in 2025. I'm not sure about the stamp and die set, if that's like new or if that was also part of it. But for those that took the Secret Garden 2025 retreat, let me know. It is a fabulous set, and I was really excited about it. So I'm going to be using all three, the stamps, the coordinating stencils, and the dies. And a set like this, you can actually use the stencils completely on their own. You can kind of do that with most of Altenew's layering stencil sets, really. But yeah, it's kind of fun. And the stamp set, has a bunch of fabulous sentiments, and then this large stamp, which is all one stamp, but it's actually several clusters, which will make sense once you see it stamped. So I'm stamping it onto some Drops Crafting Necessities cardstock. I did a video recently where I stamped on a really light pink cardstock and then did my stenciling over it, and I really loved how that turned out. I need to do this more often. It's always been habit for me to stamp on just white cardstock and then color or watercolor on watercolor paper or stencil. But starting with a color base changes things up a bit, and it can it can also obviously change the tone of the colors you're using. So far, it's been great because you got to remember, like, dye inks, like the Altenew's fresh dye inks, are transparent. So whatever your like base color is going to change the colors. Light color bases like this Dewdrops, or like that previous video, I'll have that linked in the end screen with the really light pink. Really light colors, less chance, but that's where you can experiment, you know? Maybe try a more vibrant color of cardstock and then just see what happens. You'll just have to remember that the darker your base is, your base color of cardstock, the darker or more, vibrant you'll have to go with your inks for them to show up. Because inks will always show darker at first when you're first applying them because they're wet. And then as they dry fully, they'll soften a little bit, they'll dry back, and that may change. And you just have to keep that in mind because the colors you're applying might look fine at first, and then they might completely either disappear or just, almost look faded because they've dried and you're starting with a color base. Hopefully that makes sense. So I kept two colors that I knew would play nicely on top of like this aqua color card base. So I actually went with the quad that starts with Dewdrops. I just didn't bother using that color. So I used it's the Sweet Dreams quad. So I used Aqualicious, Teal Cave, and Galactic Stream. And then I went with some purples, and I used Wisteria and Hydrangea. And then for the flower centers, I did Melted Butterscotch, and then in a little bit, I'm going to bring in some Mahogany Bark. And then for my greenery, I used bamboo and olive. And I super sped this up. This didn't take very long. This wasn't like ginormous like the other video. This didn't take very long, and it was fun. These colors were just made me happy, and these florals made me happy because again, it was a large floral stamp, but each of these clusters is smaller, so you got options. And then once we get to the coordinating wave for die, it die cuts it all. This, yeah, it all being called like one go because it's like one stamp, one stencil set, one die. Love it. I love it. So I used like all my blending brushes for this too. I'd started with like the small, which you can see there on screen, that the largest one, and then the mini blending brushes. And then for some specifically like the flower centers and getting into some of these little more narrow areas, I was using my little micro blending brushes for that. And it's another one of those things where everything looks like a hot mess when the stencil's in place. And then the minute you pull it away, it's like, oh, this is fun. Like, yeah. So after I was done my stenciling, I die cut them. And then I ran the die through again with just a piece of that same Drops cardstock. And I'm just layering these together with liquid glue just to build a little bit of dimension. I didn't want a ton of bulk. I thought about popping these up on like with foam tape, but decided I just wanted just a smidge of dimension. So I just layered these die cuts together to give them that. Plus, this was also faster than cutting a whole bunch of pieces of foam tape. So once those were done, I also ran a piece of the Drops cardstock through my die cut machine. And I've got the sandwich I used there with my Empress machine and embossing with a press plate. And oh, I love this press plate. I've used it in so many videos. It's the Essential Textures Fine Wood Grain Press Plate. And I ran it through to just emboss the detail. And really hard to show with this color. I think also because my work surface is basically like almost the same color in real life as the Drops cardstock. You can see the texture in real life, but my camera completely washes it out. So it almost looks like it doesn't exist, but I also wanted it subtle. So I embossed that wood grain texture. And then I adhered my floral die cuts with liquid glue and then trimmed off the excess. I ended up adhering a couple of the larger pieces just along sort of the bottom area there, just to fill in a couple little, what I felt were gaps. And then once that was all, like the glue was dry, I put this in my splat box and I'm going to add splatter because I can't help myself. So I put a little bit of white gouache on my palette and mixed it up with a little bit of water to thin it out. I was going to stop at white splatter. And then I let it dry and I came back to it and I was like, nope, I want to add more. So I also added a bit of black splatter to it as well. You could skip it. Yeah, you guys know. I love my splatter. I can't help it. So I added a bit of black gouache to my palette, watered this down, and then splattered this as well. So yeah, it just gives it that little extra something that I love. So after I thinned that out with water, splattered that fairly liberally, honestly. Every once in a while I try to be a little more demure, a little more mindful with my splatter, and then other times I'm like, nope, let's just cover everything with splatter. And that's what I did. So while the splatter was drying, I heat embossed one of the sentiments from that same Friendship Flowers set and stamped one of the little sub-sentiments, and we'll get to that in a second. I had also stamped on the inside of the card. So my card base is a top-folding A2 white note card, and these sentiments are from that same Friendship Flower set. So I stamped the friend word in the Aqualicious ink, the sub-sentiment with the Nocturne ink, and then I adhered the littlest flower cluster to the inside. I had actually peeled off the second layer because I don't want the bulk on the inside of the card. So I had really carefully, before the glue had dried, peeled that one apart and then just adhered that to the inside of my card. And then I've got my heat embossed sentiment that I had just heat embossed on a scrap of the same cardstock with white embossing powder. I had stacked it with a couple layers, also die cut from scraps, and then adhered my little sub-sentiment. And that finished off the card. I decided no other bling was necessary. We've got just all these pretty flowers, and I do love, you can't go wrong with a pretty aqua, color scheme with little hints of purple. And yeah, that was my finished card. So links to everything are down below, along with all the other stops on the hop. So just check out the description box below. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, thumbs upping and commenting, and I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!